Making a game on the scale of Halo takes hundreds of people with different skills, a singular vision, and time. Lots of time. But before a game reaches store shelves, the team must create thousands of assets that are tracked in 2-week deadlines we call sprints. 343 Industries invites you to join us on our journey, creating Halo 5 Guardians from the ground up. One painting, sound, and line of code at a time. This is the sprint.
This is embarrassing because it was filed November 26th. It's got to be one of our longest running bugs here.
Have you seen this lately?
I saw it yesterday. Or sorry, no, yesterday it was the issue with no thrusters at all.
Those are thrusters.
That's fixed today.
We see it intermittently every week.
Here are all the E3 related AI bugs. Baron Schromm leaving his assigned area.
Didn't we talk at one point about just letting him fly around the entire map?
So we've expanded his zone for sure.
I guess the point is like, more people are going to see him if he flies around more of the map, and if it's not the end of the world.
We don't want him flying into rocks. We don't want him flying into the ground.
Yeah.
Like we need to be able to author where he lives, and right now we can't because of this bug.
One more for top 10.
The vehicle bays are unusable right now.
Yeah.
Like that is
Vehicle bay,
Okay.
I think it's got to be.
10. We have 10 issues in our top 10.
Perfect.
I know we have a lot. I mean, there's 700 bugs right now.
700 bugs in 17 days. That's crazy.
It is.
Well,
Let's go do it. We get a playtest.
I think you can kind of just see the peak of the Space Needle, right? On the far right. That little, or maybe that's something else. Warzone is our new huge multiplayer mode. It literally is all the pieces of the sandbox from Halo for the first time in one multiplayer mode. We have unique weapons that are sort of tiered, different types of BRs with different attachments on them that you can acquire. There's also different tiers of some of the power weapons as well. And then we also have mythic items, which will be sort of unique items like Linda's sniper rifle or something like that, that is sort of like this uber epic thing that's super powerful in a different way.
First person, great.
These are concept pieces coming in.
Plasma pistol.
Tier 1 and Tier 2.
You know what I would do? I would put that back into blue. That section here, blue, and having like some stripes of orange on the side. This way we still identify this as the base blue weapon, and then we'll have the stripes on the side.
Who does the needles? Is that the effects team? How quick could they flip colors on those needles?
We could give it a try. Personally, I don't mind at all.
The only thing with that though is the needles, if we change what they look like here, we'll have to change the firing effect, we'll have to change the muzzle flash. It might be an option for tier 2 where we could ask them if they could change the needle color, but then they'd have to change everything down the line.
I'll take a look at this and see how many downstream teams are going to be affected and what kind of.
That's the thing. Let's just investigate first. But if you think it's something doable with the schedule we have, let's just give it a try.
Okay. We've got the tier 1, and then we have one more weapon.
Wow, this is unreadable.
I like the details on the back of the stock, but you never see that. I mean, unless you're meleeing. So, one question. We have Kelly's shotgun. It's supposed to be, a legendary, very rare weapon. Does this shotgun get too close to Kelly's shotgun because they're both white?
That's the thing. I'm wondering how these weapons that are specific to characters are inserting themselves into the tier system. Where are they positioned on that tier thing? Are they above the tiers?
Yeah,
these
they're
two
above
tiers?
the two.
In terms of power?
Yes. Well, ideally.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them yet.
So we have all these weapons, and on top of that, we have 2 legendary weapons.
2 legendary weapons. We have a 3rd legendary weapon in the Arbiter's Sword, which is called Prophet's Bane, right? And then there's a 4th weapon that hasn't been finalized yet. They want to do a couple of different things, they might do a Magnum.
Right.
That's like a super throwback Halo CE Magnum.
Right.
But it is still being planned.
Got it.
I just don't want to impinge if they're the ultimate of our requisition system, the ultimate of these weapons. I just don't want them to get too close. So
let me work on tier 1. I'm gonna do it when I come back to my desk. I could add those stripes pretty fast. In 15 minutes I can do all of them.
Do you have 15 minutes?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that pretty fast.
All this is actually on the bottom of an ocean. Look, there's a whale. So you can see that they built this structure to keep the water from rushing into where they're mining. But I didn't really get that because they hadn't been arted up enough to see the actual waterfall and water. So when that all kind of came in, I was like, oh, wow. So we're going to be right now just reviewing the intros and the outro cinematics for that specific level. So we're going to be going over the animation and the camera passes, and then we're also going to go over all the boss vignettes.
Lighting is a little bit off, so we should have a lighter review it, just to make sure that they're covering for the areas that we're seeing, see how the vehicles are getting darker.
Yeah.
And then popping and everything is washed out.
Sure, yeah, I'll bring that up with Brian.
Exactly, and just we need to make sure that the lighting is working and also that we get the effects on the
Yeah, because you completely lose them here as far as their saturation of color.
So the way that lighting works is a lot of the things that you're seeing in the map is baked lighting. So anything that's moving needs to be lit by dynamic objects.
Yeah.
So it is possible that where you see it being black and dark, it's not taking any of the lighting that is dynamic.
Right.
The second part after this, what's happening after that is we cut straight into first-person camera point of view, so that what you see is the movie of the Pelicans arriving, and then you see it from your player perspective exiting the Pelican. We hover a little bit to let the players jump out, and then we exit, because it's essentially going down and leaving at the same time.
Sure, you mean like just like staying longer. We're going to look at the attacker version of this. So this is going to be the other side of the map. But this is a problem.
When did that change?
Just today, and it was a really big issue with the Warzone team. So they're bringing it back.
Okay, good, because there's no way that we can keep on.
Oh no! I already said we're not going to change it. So this is cool. They're just going to cut it so that we skimmed over trees or something, and then they're going to move that rock.
I actually like that because it's going to give us a lot more of parallax with things moving and as you move back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
So as long as they clear the path, then that's great. In general, with vignettes, not just in multiplayer, but all of our campaign, we have a little bit of an issue in which it's hard to communicate. Here's where a vignette is happening. So whether it's the ground that we're walking on, or in this case, the pelicans flying through a piece of space, Art will go in and say, hey, this is going to look a lot more beautiful if you do it this way. And then we'll see things clipping into our animations. So
that's too big of a change for us to keep kicking back. And this has been through so many iterations now that we've got it where we want it, so we don't want to mess with it.
And sometimes if it's easy for us and if it looks good, we'll do the changes. In this case, it's a massive change, so we request that environment helps us out and don't mess up the vignettes that are already there.
Yeah.
Is this map where you also see the
elites?
The elites? Let's look at the elites.
Okay.
We have a couple of quick character intros for some of the bosses, so players fight something that is a little bit more complex and difficult than the regular enemies.
Are we tied to this kind of like do not pass?
Well, yeah.
I worry it might be telling the player you can't go through this thing.
Okay.
Where the entire intention of the piece is to let them know it's smashable, you can move through this space. Right now it kind of looks like, is this thing gonna open as I approach it? Does it open based off a scripted sequence? If it felt more like this is a static piece in the space and the only way to get through it is to smash through it, I think we'd be happier. And we also don't like how transparent it is, because transparent objects in multiplayer can give us weird results where players are on either side in a game of chicken. Who's going to break through first, or who's going to make the move around a piece? We prefer you can't look through it at all.
If it's going to be solid, what kind of material? Because that kind of depends on how I shatter it.
Yeah, and it can't be rock for this space. It wouldn't make sense.
Right.
What if it was just like a draw door? Because I know in campaign they have the vents.
Just to be clear, entirely new look, and entirely new brick. Entirely new asset. Just.
Well, if we have a similar thing in campaign, maybe see what they have. Does that sound good, Lawrence?
Yeah, that sounds good. Our big thing's super obvious, it's breakable, and it's opaque. You can't see through it.
We're trying to have specificities for all these weapons, expressing each tier in a different way. It's a bit of a challenge. We have a lot of weapons, so we have a lot of different designs. There's a bit of a candy approach to these weapons too when it comes to skins. You want to obtain more, you want to have the one that looks funky, that looks really good. This is just too much like the original shotgun, so we need to be putting a bit more visuals in there. We need to have more presence of reds to be sure that we identify the tier way better. We don't see it in first person. Red is going to be expressing danger. It's the tone of blood, and we're talking about weapons here. So obviously, without being gruesome or whatever, it's a stressful tone, and you want to express that excitement, that bit of stress going on, that adrenaline going on when it comes to the weapons. There. So as you see, before and after, way more presence in first person. This is the tier 2, that we need far more red presence in there. Red is a great combo, especially when you combine it with white, for example. The white weapon, it's a bit more rare, you know, it's like there's something a bit more pure, that it's just expressing like the rarity in a certain way of that weapon. We still want to have a graphic system, like a visual system that would just make sense. So we're gonna go with something similar to this. The red is definitely gonna pop. All right, another one done.
It's a war zone.
It's like some sort of war zone.
No!
Is that lemon in the VTOL?
Look at this ridiculousness. Get out of the VTOL. No! Come get it! No! Come and get it! Come and kill me!
Blue, we need to go for a garage. There we go.
Is that a splinter turret?
I have speed boost plus sword. This is fun.
You're so fast.
So fast.
You are so fast. I could not hit you.
Okay, look at his feet. See the triangle? We're not sure whether that's something in 3D or it's a nav point bug. It looks like a cube. Yeah.
It's a piece of geo.
Yeah, that's definitely geocutting. Yeah. Johnson? Can we get a bug in for the little triangles on your feet that follow you around? Whoa! That guy's a power up.
Red power up on the blue team, kind of terrible.
So I use it every single playtest.
Hey, we're missing the engine. The engine effects are missing from the Pelican too. James? The engine effects are missing from the Pelican out the back.
This is the first time we've had these Pelican deploy animations in.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, I'm on blue team. Is that a bug?
Whoa! That's a new one.
Of the Rex that I use, I don't actually.
What the?
My scoreboard's gone when I'm in the Mantis. Is that intentional?
We're gonna bust through that wall and go for the boss. Alright, you see him, Chris French? I froze.
We got one freeze over here. Anyone else?
That's unfortunate.
16. Love that.
Integration.
Combination of.
It's another crash.
Oh no. It's crashing quite a bit. Did you see the spawning and Pelican stuff at the beginning? Were you here for at the beginning of the game?
Yeah. Hey, one conversation. All right. No raising hands. We're gonna run it one more time, running on profile so we can get more information on the crashes and the hangs that we had. We went through our top 10 list right before, the AI stuff that we've already talked about, nav markers.
We've got a lot to fix in a very short amount of time, but I think we've got our clearest ones. We have our stability. I mean, everyone needs to be able to complete the game. We have the nav point stuff, which has just really gone backwards, and we need to make sure everyone understands what's going on. And then we have the vehicle delivery, so you need to get your vehicles. Once those three things are coming together, when the game was working, we were seeing the awesome potential. We just need to fix some really bad bugs that are preventing us from bringing it all together.
Yes, the elites are working.
Ranger squad is lined
We're getting down to sort of zero bug territory for the game, so people are really shutting things down. E3 happens right smack in the middle of that, so it's super fun.